They said, here's 500 quid. I'm sure any modder out there would go, effing awesome, yeah, bloody hell, cool, go for it. And then maybe they could actually then take that code and tweak it. I mean, I should imagine the savings on time would be huge. And I mean, you know, like, that'd be so cool when it's saying, you know, that you're actually helped develop Minecraft. But make it very clear. I'm sure the legal teams could make it very simple, you know. Here's a disclosure, you are giving us permission at Mojang to completely take your code, and we're only going to give you 500 quid, you've got no other rights, blah 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 blah. Again, who knows? Sure, it's nowhere near as simple as we'd like to think it is. Yeah, I think I did, yeah. I think that's the issue, isn't it? It's the actual... It's all very well me saying, oh, you know, do this, do that, and people could work on it, but it's the fact that at the end of the day it boils down to lines of code, doesn't it? You couldn't have one person doing it one way and another person doing it another way, and this is the whole game would just sort of collapse, wouldn't it, within minutes. Yeah, anyway, it was nice to think about it. See, it makes me wonder how these Kickstarter projects work. Because, you know, this team have obviously, you know, $500,000 from Kickstarter. But who are they responsible to? Because they're not responsible to anyone, are they? At least to my knowledge. I mean, if the fun pimps walked away now, there's nothing anyone could do. And of course, I suppose at some point they have to say, well, look, sales have now tailed off, you know, the Kickstarter funding has been used up. We're not getting a lot of sales from Steam anymore, because let's be honest, people who have picked it up already for the alpha are the fans. They're the people that are going to play this game no matter what. So sales are going to tail off ultimately. It's like that argument about piracy, which is one of, you know, I can understand to a point whereby a developer will say, you know, we have lost, say a developer makes £20 on a game, just for argument's sake, and someone pirates that game. The common statement or argument there is that you have basically taken £20 off that developer. But then you have people that try and look at it from the point of view of, well, I would never ever have bought the game in the first place. You know, no matter what, it wasn't a game I was particularly interested in, but because I pirated it and it didn't cost me anything, I did it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I never pirate any games, and I can honestly say that. You know, I'm a huge fan of Steam. I mean, if you were to look in my gaming room and look at the number of games I've actually got hard copies of and double dipped on Steam just so I can have it as a Steam version, you'd sort of understand what I'm on about. But it's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, undoubtedly people do play games that they would never have actually paid money for, so technically they haven't taken any money away from the developer, but you know, I sort of really struggle with that logic to some degree. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no excuse for pirating a game. End of story. And yeah, I don't know. People blame PC gaming. You know, say PC gamers are, you know, made a rod for their own back by pirating so much, and that's why everything's on the Xbox and everything's on the PS3. But oh my God, look at the Xbox bloody piracy levels. I mean, Jesus Christ, those bloody things were hacked to death, weren't they? Just people were burning the games to DVDs, and I mean, I know multiple friends and family who have modded Xboxes that enabled them to play downloaded and burnt DVDs. I think it all changed not so long ago, didn't it, where they added some weird new aspect to how the discs worked. Didn't they sort of make it so they could cram on like an extra few hundred megabytes worth of data on a DVD, but the only way to do that at home would have been to have some very special kit. I don't know. I know Microsoft were constantly battling it, but Christ, I mean, yeah, fascinating issue really, piracy. DRM's a hot potato, he says as he munches on a potato. Hello, Chicken Momo. I am on early today, mate. I couldn't wait to come back on. I had a disastrous start to today's session, Chicken Momo. It was awful, mate. I died twice straight away. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Like the Wii as well. And what about the DS? I mean, Jesus Christ Almighty. What are those? What are they called? Oh, I can't think. Is it R4 or am I thinking of something else? Was it R4 cards? I don't know. I mean, the DS was just... I don't think anyone ever bought a game in the UK, I shouldn't imagine. Again, because I collect games, I've always... I like to have a hard copy, so... Not the case for me, but Jesus, I know many moms and dads who probably went down to the local market and picked up one of those R4 cards on a stall. I know the market in the city I currently live in. There was a gentleman who you took his DS to him. I used to walk past and think, how the hell has he not been done for it? But you'd literally see like a mom or a dad standing there with their, 8-year-old, 10-year-old son, daughter, and they'd be sitting there, uploaded. He'd got a laptop out and he'd be like shoving like 300 games onto a little memory stick, and then shoving it into a little cartridge. So I remember sitting there, there was a fruit stall right next to him, and I was standing there trying to not make it too obvious, just in case he started speaking to me, and I felt like really embarrassed, but I was just quite fascinated by what he was doing. But he was literally doing it in the middle of the market. I was like, oh my god, and then sort of charging, I think it was like £20 for one of these little cards, and he'd give you a CD with something like 100 different DS games on it. And all you needed to do was take out like the little memory card and put the games you wanted on it, and you could just play them. It's like, oh my god, man, how have you not been stopped? Anyway, guys, I'm just going to go and grab myself a coffee because it's 10 o'clock at night. Well, in game. So, oh, here, you'll be proud of me, Chikamomo. Look, reinforced concrete. My first few hundred blocks. Right, I'll be back in a sec, guys. Oh, I'm back. What's that? Toll the hounds. You should build it during the night time. For there's just no way, mate. I don't know, so I don't know whether he ever did get caught. I know he's no longer there, but I suppose there's a difference between getting caught and being put in prison, isn't there? I suppose you can imagine how much money he must have made though at £20 a pop. I mean, I don't know how much they were to buy, but I'm sure there's a hell of a markup on it. But no, you literally couldn't. I mean, as much as I would love to try and build at night, mate, you just couldn't possibly survive. You wouldn't even just nearly stick a chance, mate. You'd just be swamped so quickly. The very first time you needed to reload, they'd be all over you. You might be able to do it if there were like 3 or 4 of you on a server, because I don't know if the spawn increases in relation to. Have we got any sand? Oh yes, we have got loads of sand. Yeah, I don't know. If you get increased spawn sizes of zombies, or because at night they come in waves. Holy God, that is a shit ton of concrete. Got any sand? Oh, guys. Finally, you see, it's all starting to come together now. I know you all doubted me. That is a shit ton of concrete, man. Oh, what the hell. God damn you! Okay, let's put let's put 25 in there. Reinforced concrete. Oh, do I need to turn that into pipes? What's that? Is night really that bad? It really is that bad, mate. Yeah. I mean, do you agree, Chikamomo? You've played the game extensively. Do you think there is any way you could be on the surface building a structure during the night? I personally just think, like I said, I think the very first time you needed to reload, that'd be all over you. Holy shit, look how much reinforced concrete we've got. It's so cool. We've worked our asses off to get this. 999. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I thought we'd have to spend a lot longer. Oh, what have I run out of? Oh, concrete. Wow, that is spectacularly awesome. Oh, I'm so chuffed. I really am. So we've got stone, we'll use that for sand. Oh no, we'll use that for sand. So we'll use this for our reinforced concrete. So I'm just going to take 90 of them out with me tomorrow. Tell you what we'll do. I'm alright for water, aren't I? What shall I do with the other stack of concrete? Just pop it in there, yeah? Along with the pipes, maybe. Do we ever use... Oh my god! Oh, that's lead. Oh, good. I think Ben's been in here, hasn't he? I'll tell you what I don't need. I don't need potato seeds. I'll tell you what I would like is a delete, like a waste bin just down here, so you can put it in there and just auto destroy it. I'm not implying that that is in any way, shape or form kind of realistic, but just to save, rather than having to keep dropping stuff on the floor, which obviously is to some degree a resource hog. You don't want things floating around that don't need to be floating around. It would be nice just to be able to pop... I'm not going to throw sand away. Sans hard to get.